Hey guys, Drew here, and today I'm talking about the best way to pay off debt. Currently, the average American has $40,000 in personal debt. This is not including mortgage debt, so this is mostly made up of credit card, student loan, auto loan, and other personal loan debt. The inspiration for this video came from running Mount Wilson in the snow 2 weeks ago, so let's check that out. So before discussing the two most popular methods for debt repayment, we need to get some ground rules out of the way. We always need to make sure that we pay at least the minimum payment on each debt, and then, when possible, we prioritize one debt at a time to pay a little bit more when we have some extra in order to wipe out each debt one at a time. By focusing on one at a time, we'll be able to more successfully retire each of them. The two methods of debt repayment that I'll be discussing are the Avalanche Method, which is the traditional method, and then second is the Snowball Method, which is the method proposed by Dave Ramsey in his book, The Total Money Makeover. So let's go through the interesting quirks and features of each and decide which one's best for you. So for the Avalanche Method, which is based on strict mathematics, you would pay off the minimum monthly payment on each debt. And then whatever extra you're able to pay towards your debts, you would prioritize paying the highest interest debt first. This is the traditional method for debt repayment, and it is mathematically the best way to repay debt because by attacking the highest interest first, you will have less interest accumulating over time and be able to pay off your debts in the fastest method possible. And overall, this is the way that will pay off debt the fastest and will accrue the least amount of interest. So for the Snowball Method, instead of paying the highest interest debt first, Dave Ramsey suggests that you pay the lowest debt principal first. And the idea behind this is that instead of looking at this like an avalanche of interest rate, you're looking at picking out the smallest snowball or smallest debt first, and this will allow you to build momentum and make you more likely to continue paying off debt. Ramsey acknowledges that the Avalanche Method is mathematically better and will save you a little bit of money in the long run. However, he suggests that not paying off debt is not a mathematical problem at heart. It's a behavioral problem. It's because they have not focused on good money management habits and have bought things that they couldn't afford. So the reason he suggests this paradigm shift is because he wants you to build momentum and build the habit of paying off a debt. He suggests by doing this, you're going to be more likely to stick with it and pay off that first debt, and then that is going to build momentum to the second and the third and however many all the way until you're debt free. Ramsey's traditional snowball model has 5 steps. The first is that you write down your debts from smallest to largest. Then make a second column with the minimum payments of each of those debts listed. Then focus on paying the minimum plus putting $100 extra each month towards the smallest debt until you're able to pay that off. Then once you've paid that smallest debt off, take that $100 that you were paying towards that debt plus the minimum payment of the first debt and add that into the next debt, and that should be your payment going forward. Step 5 is that you just keep repeating this until you've paid off all of your debts, which is to take the smallest payment plus the minimum payment of the current debt and add those together, and that is your total monthly payment that you're putting towards the debt that you're on now, and this is going to result in you paying off the debt faster while maintaining momentum. So after looking at both of these methods, my final verdict is that both are great. The main thing is you need to focus on paying off debt. Personally, I would go with the Avalanche Method because this is going to save me the most money in the long run, but this is considering that I already have good money management habits. And I would say that for most people, I think that the Snowball Method is actually the optimal method. Because when you look at it and you crunch down the numbers, generally speaking, the Avalanche Method doesn't save that much more money. And if it's building better money management habits for the average person, then I think that that's an amazing thing. And I think for most people that are struggling with debt, that getting that ball rolling of building the habit of saving just a little bit more, like Dave suggests, of $100 a month, and just putting that towards paying off the debt. And if you can't save 100 extra, 50, 25, whatever you're able to put towards that and get the ball rolling, it's really going to make a huge difference in your life long term, and you need to focus on that. So remember, the most important thing and the main takeaway here is that regardless of which way you go about it, make sure that you pay off debt. Also, don't look at just these two methods. These are good examples of getting you started. You can use combinations of the two, like start off with debt snowball and then switch to Avalanche once you've gotten the hang of paying off one debt at a time. Also, I highly suggest if you have a large amount of debt that's at a high interest rate, looking at different things like balance transfer options and debt consolidation personal loans. These can end up saving you a lot of money in the long run. And I'll definitely do some videos breaking these down in the future. But no matter what, make sure that you're paying off any debt that's costing you more than 4% a year, or at minimum, look into how you can lower that APR and save yourself some money long term, because anything higher than that is costing you more than you need to be spending. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope the information has been beneficial to you for paying off your debt. And if you're someone who wants to get better at money management, be sure to subscribe to the channel down below, because I'm putting out videos weekly on personal finance, credit scores, and anything else under that umbrella, with the focus of increasing financial literacy, because I think this is paramount for society and it's something that is not covered well enough in schools. And the less debt we have, the more we're able to focus on true money management and building wealth for the long term so that we can live our best lives. If you have any further questions, or anything was confusing in the video, or there's other topics you want me to cover in the future, please comment down below, and also read through the description, because there's usually helpful links down there and good background information on what is covered in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.